All right, Chris. So I'm going to ask you a number of questions here about your treatment and care at Advanced Chiropractic. So for the first question, I just wanted to ask you what your condition was upon entering our clinic and how long it existed for.
So for not too long, I had trouble sleeping, lower back pain, and neck pain. And it wasn't until Dr. Race brought it to my attention that I also had tingling and issues with my hands and fingers falling asleep before I came in and was checked out.
So what daily activities or hobbies did the condition interfere with?
Anything with minute movements, video games with my kids, playing with Legos, or I'm electronics nut, so soldering, putting together wiring and things like that was very difficult. And then I also work in IT, so I spend a lot of my day typing and using keyboards and mice.
So how did the problem make you feel overall?
It was very frustrating. When I wanted to play with my kids or spend some time, like I said, building with Legos or playing a video game, I had to take breaks. I had to stop and stretch out my fingers. I couldn't stay in one position for too long. I spend a lot of time sitting in a chair at work, so I move around and get pretty antsy frequently.
Did you see any other doctors for the condition?
I've seen general practitioners. I've been to emergency rooms when things get really bad. They all wanted to just pain management. They wanted to give me painkillers, narcotics, muscle relaxers. They always wanted to treat the symptom and never really told me why I was going through all of it. So I just assumed it was normal.
So how did you hear about us?
Actually, I met Dr. Race at the Bell County Comic-Con. It just so happened I was walking by as he was finishing up an assessment, and I stopped to talk to him. My dad had told me about seeing a chiropractor when he was younger, and Dr. Race answered some questions for me, did an alignment check, and told me that he thought he could help me if he could get some x-rays and maybe see what's going on the inside.
So describe to me in detail how Dr. Race helped you and what kind of treatment you received in the office.
So first of all, everybody in the office is very welcoming. I get greeted by name pretty much every time I come in here, which is pretty cool. Most doctors don't do that, and especially the rest of the staff don't get close enough to you to call you by name. We started with the x-rays, the mobility tests, seeing how far I could bend and reach and what my natural posture was. Went through a pretty full explanation of what my x-rays look like, where the curvature of my spine and neck were not where they should be, or maybe too far in the right direction or not far enough in the right direction. Dr. Race answered all my questions personally, which was really nice to have one point of contact throughout my treatment. And then every time I come into the office, I go in for the adjustment first, typically, unless they're really busy, in which case I'll do the PT first, or use the live vibe machines. Then I've also got the physical therapy stretching at home, the orthopedic pillows, and then of course I check in with Dr. Race. Currently I'm at 3 times a week, and that'll be changing soon as my treatment progresses.
So how would you describe your improvement so far?
I sleep better. That's one thing I've noticed. I will say the one thing that I wasn't ready for was with treatment, certain things get a little bit better, certain things get a little bit worse before they get better. So the tingling and hands falling asleep got a little bit worse, but Dr. Race did a few different adjustments on my neck and back. Started doing adjustments on my arms, which has also helped. But it's worked out pretty well. Like I said, I feel like I'm happier. My moods are better because I'm not in pain all the time. So that's been a big benefit for my wife and kids.
That's great to hear. So what would you tell somebody with the same condition about chiropractic care?
So I've talked to many people about what Dr. Race has done for me. Unfortunately, most of my